The following is a review by Keith Cheatham. All Hallows Eve has passed and the spooky season is over. The golden glow of fall is upon us with Thanksgiving around the corner. Now is the time to spend with friends and family in thankfulness and fellowship. This week's review is a perfect Thanksgiving kickoff that encompasses family, reflection, and forgiveness. Brothers, an Amazon original starring such heavy hitters as Josh Brolin, Peter Dinklage, Brendan Fraser, Marissa Tomei, and Glenn Close. The unrivaled, carrot-munching, brilliant Glenn Close. No film in which Close graciously deigns her presence to the masses could possibly be bad, could it? On top of a cast of award-winning actors, the plot is a brilliant twist of twins meets heist film. It will surely be the only film anyone would ever want to watch for Thanksgiving. Directed by Max Barbakow, Brothers is a movie about brothers. Twin brothers, to be exact, Moki and J.D. Munger, played by Josh Brolin and Peter Dinklage, respectively. Much like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito before them, part of the comedy is in Dinklage and Brolin as twin brothers, only there's a twist. They are also thieves, from a long line of redneck thieves and criminals. At the age of 12, Moki and J.D.'s mother, Kath, and her boyfriend disappear, attempting to evade police with valuable emeralds. Neither they or the emeralds are seen or heard from in 30 years. In the meantime, Moki and J.D. grow up to continue a life of crime until caught during a robbery. Moki escapes and J.D. spends 5 years behind bars, and Moki spends 5 years turning his life around and starting a family. When J.D. is released from prison after cutting a dubious deal, he enlists Moki on one final job to ensure his freedom, but his true intentions will become a point of contention as Moki desires nothing more than to turn a new leaf. Brothers is an interesting concept if nothing else, and with a talented cast it could have been a quirky sentimental dramedy. Despite that, Brothers is a meandering mess that relies solely on star power, with Barbakow hoping that putting the actors who tend to be more high profile in a hangover-style comedy will be enough to be hilarious in and of itself. Sadly, the plot is rather dumb and the jokes often are too. I'm not saying I never laughed, but the moments are few and far between the longer the film went on. Brolin and Dinklage do have good chemistry together, and both have proven themselves actors capable of eliciting emotion and drama, while in turn both having also proven themselves adept at comedic timing in past roles. Together in Brothers, these talents squeak out here and there despite the terrible material they are given, and sometimes the jokes are just accidentally clever and dumb enough to be funny. Brolin and Dinklage's charm and chemistry can only take the film so far. Devoid of any real depth, Barbakow attempts some sentimentality between the Munger family as they learn to forgive, give second chances, and attempt to live happily ever after on the straight and narrow, except the characters don't earn their second chances or happily ever after. There is some hollow talk about second chances and characters go through the motion of reflection in their actions, but at the end of the day, none of them truly change, nor pay for their crimes. Brothers wants the Mungers to be likable, and for the audience to root for them, even making the main antagonist a corrupt cop, so as to somehow justify the leads breaking the law as well. But ultimately the film ends with terrible people only learning to be less terrible to each other. Somewhere within Brothers was a funny idea, based on familial sentiment, but by the time the film gets to Brolin having a sexual mishap with an orangutan, I had checked out, and the movie never recovers. It could have chosen to focus on the actual humanity of the characters. Two brothers reconnecting, abandoned by their mother, one starting a family, the other learning what it means to earn grace and be part of a family, all through the mishaps of a misguided con job. Instead, the characters learn little, the acting talent is wasted, the jokes become tedious the longer the movie goes on, and the story just never delivers. I give Brothers 2 out of 4 stars.